Have you ever got into bed and couldn't sleep because your mind wouldn't stop thinking about the what if and the worries about money and your business? That's financial anxiety. And it's stopping a lot of female entrepreneurs from making their business grow. But today, in today's episode, I'm going to give you the 5 steps that I have tried and has been proven to help you clear and help you move forward in your financial journey as a female entrepreneur. But before we dive in, if you're a female entrepreneur looking to increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business, make sure to subscribe and follow this YouTube channel and the podcast so that you can have all of the insights that I, as a financial professional and money mindset expert, will give you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Listen, as a money coach, I've seen these tips works wonders. One of my clients, specifically Lisa, used to be sleep deprived, used to lose her sleep over her finances. But with these strategic 5 steps, she not only eased her financial stress, but also grew her business to levels that she couldn't imagine. So let's start by breaking down the step by step and the reasoning behind it. Now, here's the thing. Most of people believe that financial anxiety is not a thing. If you haven't heard about it, don't blame you. It's not because you're a weird person. It is simply because it is not that popular. It doesn't make it less real. What really truly to the core of financial anxiety is that your body creates these reactions and these sensations based on the thoughts of money and the money problems, and you add stress and worries to your life based on what is happening and in a financial level in your business. And not only in your business, in this case we are talking about it because this is what we focus here on this podcast, but it also relates to employees and 9 to 5. There is so many levels of the financial trauma, financial anxiety that shows at every point of our lives. But when we are talking about you losing your sleep because of financial worries, I want to really break down these 5 steps that I'm sure is gonna get you there, just like what happened with Liz and just like what happens with all of my clients, because that's one of the first things that we tackle when we get in contact with any program, the Income Accelerator, the Financial Mess No More, every program. That's the first step. And here is a big disclaimer. As a money mindset coach, I have seen like lots of female entrepreneurs getting trapped and sucked in the I need to make more money so that this can go away, or I need to sell more so that this feeling can go away. And 3 years later, and I'm not kidding, today I had a conversation with somebody that 3 years later, we came in contact again because we started the process but never finished with this person. 3 years later, the same feelings are underlying. Different situation, different country, different everything, but the same feelings of financial anxiety, financial frustration, and not having control over the finances are still on the surface. Now, that's not gonna be you because you're gonna listen to these 5 tips that I have for you today. So let's break it down the step by step that I want you to really consider today. Okay. So number 1, that completely goes against of what many traditional finance people are telling you. First, understand your money beliefs. Beliefs are stored in your subconscious mind and are the main drivers of your behavior. This is why it is so important for you to work on your subconscious mind and your beliefs. And it is important for us to work in recognizing your money beliefs as a first step. Now, I want to give a little example here on Lisa's case. Her core belief to everything what she was doing with her business was that no matter what, she needed to see results. And if she didn't see results of the work that she was putting in, meaning if she didn't see the money coming in and staying in her account, she was a failure. And this belief translated to, if you are not making money, you are a failure. And therefore, for the 3 months that she was working on her business, she didn't see anything coming in, so she was a failure. And from that moment on, that subconscious mind started to dictate the actions and behaviors that she will have with money. Now, why is this so important to understand? Again, because the financial stress and financial anxiety is the physical reaction that you have, that your body has to the mental process that is happening. So your mind, as the processor of that information, is sending reactions to your body. So that physical anxiety that you're feeling, that physical reaction, is because of your own thoughts that contradicts with what is happening and what is stored already in your subconscious mind. So when you understand what is stored already in your subconscious mind, guess what happens? Yep, you unlock the potential to understand and shift and change. Now, it may not always be so obvious that something is a belief that you hold, or the depth of that beliefs, and let me say that again. It is not always so obvious that is a clear belief that you hold, or the depth of it. It is not like one time we sit down and talk and here you go, this is your belief and this is how we change it. It may not always be so obvious the depth of this belief or beliefs driving the unhelpful behavior. Driving the unhelpful behavior. Now, it may not be always so obvious that something is a belief that you hold, or the depth of that belief or beliefs driving the unhelpful behavior. However, once you have consciously identified that belief or beliefs and how they are formed and why they are there, once you have consciously identified that, it is easier to clear that up and to release that anxiety. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people say, cope with your anxiety. I don't believe in coping. We clear that up. I don't need you to cope with anything that it is not natural for you as a human being, even when you're doing business. We don't tell you or teach you how to cope with your financial anxiety. That is not helpful. What we do is to clear those conflicts that is happening between your beliefs stored, your core beliefs, your behavior, and what the information that mind is processing. So we clear that up so that financial anxiety can be released, and then you can continue putting the strategic steps in your business and growing your business. And the best part is that all of this can be done under 20 minutes. And that's why I created the SPS series, all of them, for you to really take care of your pricing and stop underpricing and overthinking about your pricing in under 20 minutes. That's how easy and fast it can be done. Okay, let's go to number 2. Reframe your mindset. Now, when I say reframe your mindset, you will think, oh, it's positive vibes, is it? No, absolutely not. What we're talking about here is that we are going to reframe it to beliefs and to way of thinking that is useful for your vision and your goal. Now, if you asked me 5 years ago when I was starting my business, I would say replace the negative beliefs or the negative feelings for positive one and think beautiful things, you might be right. I will have fallen into the trap, and I think I did fall into the trap as well. But that's not what it really is about. Like what your mind is about. It's not about all beautiful roses. It's about, is it helpful? Is it gonna help me to survive, or is it not? Now, here is the reframe I want you to do. Do the reframes in your mind for beliefs, ideas, and thoughts that are helpful for you to advance in your journey. How this looks. Now, for instance, instead of people won't pay more, or the people that I have cannot afford more, why you don't try to reframe that? If you are struggling right now financially with this financial anxiety because you cannot foresee the future income that you're going to have from your business, and the reason why you cannot foresee the future income from your business is because your prices, at the price that you are right now, you have to sell like 1,000 things, and it's going to take you a lot of time for you to hit the goal that you want to hit. If you're in that position, and the core belief of being in that position is that I cannot charge more, I want you to reframe that belief for something that feels more useful and helpful to you. Why, instead of thinking people cannot charge more, isn't it better only for today to change that belief into something more useful? There is people that will pay what I will charge in order to hit my goal. Where can I find that people? Or by simply asking the question of, if it was possible, how can I do it? If I could, how could I? If I could charge this amount of money today, how could I? Those, I would say small, but they are not small. Those small reframes are super powerful because it allows your mind to see something different, to widen the lens. And when you widen the lens, when it comes to finances and money in your business, you are not only widening the lens of money, you are widening the lens of opportunities. And this is why I'm so passionate, and this is what I do, because people believe that money mindset is only about how you understand money and only about money itself. And it's not. It's completely not. What it is about all of the different things, different pieces moving that got you to believe that money is the problem. So you get the beliefs ingrained in money. But when you release one of those beliefs that are not helpful anymore, what happens is that you see the opportunities with money, but you see the opportunities with everything else in your business. And that is the most important part. Now, before we move on, I want you to tell me in the comments, now before we move on, what is one belief that you have walked away so far from your journey since you started? Just drop it on the comments below. Or if you still hold a lot of those beliefs, tell me one down there in the comments below, and I will come back and help you break down those barriers and shift it. Now, the third step of this process is to set financial goals. But again, I'm not your regular money mindset coach. I'm not your regular finance person. So here is a different way of setting financial goals. I don't care about how much money you put in your financial goals. I don't care if you make 6K, 3K, 8K, 10K, whatever K. That is not my priority. My priority is how you go about it, because the way that you go about 1K is the way that you're gonna go about 10K, 100K, and the rest of it. So when you set financial goals with an intention, speaking from the mind perspective first, you are ensuring that those financial goals are way more meaningful and helpful in your journey than just physical plain financial goals. Having really a clear and achievable goal, it's super important. With this, what I mean is, and what we did with Lisa, she wanted to start generating 10K per month when she was only generating 2K. But the reason why she wanted to generate 10K is so that she can spend more time with her kids, spend less time on her business, and really start to dedicate herself on doing what she really wanted on her business. She wanted to bring in a team. In order to do that, she needed to generate at least 10K per month. Now, there is a lot of little steps on that goal, right? There is like the big goal of the 10K, but then the small stepstones to that goal. Now, here is what we did with Lisa, and here's what you can do as well. We are going to break down those as a financial goals that are going to be achievable. If it is achievable and if it is appealing and desired to your mind, that is not reason why your mind won't be on board to help you do it. And the best friend that you have on the finance side is your brain. Always work with your brain and not against it. I want you to really set financial goals that are meaningful, that really are appealing and desiring to you, but also they are achievable. Example, if tomorrow you say, in a month I'm going to be making 10K, and you cannot give me a clear path on how to make 10K for you, your brain immediately is going to disconnect. It's no way that you're going to be making that. Not because you are not capable, not because it's not possible, it's because your brain immediately will see it. Oh my God, that is so far, I cannot make that. I'm gonna put in the work for the next week, but if in 2 weeks from now it hasn't worked, I'm gonna quit. Because it takes too many calories out of your brain. Now, instead, because what we do is that we work with your brain, if you make it achievable, appealing, and very easy, that there is no way that your brain is not going to be on board. Just think about this example that Dr. Connolly really uses in rapid resolution therapy. I love rapid resolution therapy. I took rapid resolution therapy, the courses. I use it in all of my programs, and Dr. Connolly, it's the guy, really the guy to transform minds. And he and Catherine Sinkina from Manifestation Babe uses this example of the ice cream shop. Of course, ice cream shop. I love ice cream. So this example really fits me. Imagine that you are walking in the middle of Venice. And if you have not been in Venice, still listen to me, because you're going to be for a second when I tell you this story. Imagine that you're walking in the middle of Venice and you have just entered to a passage that has all of the old ice cream shops, but then there is one ice cream shop that looks so appealing and irresistible. The lighting, the ice cream, the gelato. It's not only that, they're making the gelato there in front of your eyes, and you see how the creaminess just smooth out with the flavor, and then he puts a really fresh strawberry in there, and you can feel how your mouth is producing of this salivation, and your brain is, oh my God, this is gonna be so good. And while your brain and your mouth is doing all that, you're not being conscious about it, but your eyes are fixed on that, and the way that this person takes the creaminess and starts evolving it and smoothing it out with the fresh strawberry and cuts it and continue doing the same process and the same process. And then at the end, this person says, who wants ice cream? And everybody goes, I want ice cream. I want ice cream, right? You don't even have to ask me. I want that. I'm going to pay for that. Now, what has happened there, and I'm sure that you felt the salivation as well, and you imagine the strawberry and the ice cream. What happened there is that your brain had found the appeal and the readiness to do it. That's exactly what you have to do with your financial goals. Appealiness, sexiness, desire, pleasure, everything that gives us pleasure is way far more powerful with money than you can imagine. So we are going to start really making those goals achievable, desirable, sexy, with that energy, with that understanding that is something deep, and it's not only about the number. Now, let's continue. Whew, the ice cream. Okay, now this is, I know you're doing this, but I want you to really as a number 4, we're number 4, yes. As a number 4 tip is that I want you to really start taking serious the education that you give yourself with about money and with money. And when I say about money and with money is that if as of today that you're feeling this financial anxiety, you have not prioritized your mental health with money. You have looked at it but avoided most of the time. I want you to start educating yourself into what money is, what money mindset work is. This is the first step, of course, because you're watching this video, but I don't want you to listen to it on how to fix it. And if it didn't work, then move on to the next thing on how to sell and the other course on how to grow your business, how to grow your Instagram or whatever. What I mean here is that I want you to really open yourself to understand why this happens. And I want you to open yourself to understand how it can be turned around. That is the most important part. Because with this mindset work, it's very easy to say, I'm not feeling anything. I'm not getting the results. I'm not getting the followers on Instagram. Baby, you are doing the sales. And you know that you're doing the sales. You are doing the work. You know you are doing the work. You are working endless hours. The reason why you're feeling that way has nothing to do with the strategy that you are putting in and has nothing to do with external things. It has to do with the way that mind is processing your stuff. And it's your job as the business owner to educate yourself on why it's happening and how can it be turned around. So that's the number 5 step. And if you're ready to do that, go to themoneymindset.hub.com and look all of the programs that we have, depending on your goals. We have programs to increase your income, to better your relationship with money, and to grow your business. And we can start from there. Now, my last tip goes hand in hand, but also it's a bit different than, again, the financial traditional way to do things. The way that financial anxiety works is that it becomes like a snowball. At first, it was just a feeling, then it becomes like more and more until you get full-blown panic attacks because of your financial situation and the way that you are foreseeing your future with money. So this last tip is really for you to prevent that. And it's an RT tip. And if you apply it, please let me know in the comments below because I want to know about this. I want to really know how you felt about after applying this tip. Again, you will need, please seek professional help. I'm here to help you. We are here at the Money Mindset Hub to help you, but any other professional help will work for you. But with this RT tip is really, I have seen a lot of changes on my clients by just doing this wonderful small thing. Now, if I were to tell you that tomorrow, whatever you set up as your goal, it's done, it's with you, I want you to close your eyes and really think about having it. How does it feel when you have that house, that bank account? How does it feel when you have the team working on your business? How does it feel when you open your bank account and you see the amount of money that you put, that you wanted to see there? Got it. You got it on your mind. Now, I want you to feel the energy that it feels to have that. And tell me what color that energy is. It can be red, it can be green, it can be pink. It's often white, whatever the color comes. Got it. Now, I want you to tell me how that energy smells. To me, often it smells like lavender, but it also can smell like coconut or cotton, whatever is the smell for you. Luxury perfume, perhaps. Amazing. You got it. And lastly, I want you to really feel that energy and tell me a wild animal that represents that energy. It can be mythical, but it has to be wild animal. Perfect. You got it. Now, think for a second to that financial anxiety and that distress that you're feeling in your body right now. Perfect. And we are done with that. And now I want you to inhale the color, the smell, and the wild animal. And when you exhale, think the word release. And one more time. Inhale, color, animal, and smell. And when you exhale, think the word release. And we're going to do it one more time, but this time when you're exhaling, you think the word release and you imagine yourself shooting an arrow so far that you can not see where it's going to end. You ready? 1, and inhale, color, smell, animal. And when exhale, think the word release and shoot that arrow so far away. Now, I want you to see the difference between that financial anxiety, how you were feeling before, and how you are feeling now. And we are done with that. And this is the type of tools that we use to help you release that anxiety. These 5 hot tips are the best. Apply them and tell me how it goes for you. If you found these tips helpful, check out the Money Mindset Hub. We offer programs that focus on changing the way that you think about money. We are here to support female entrepreneurs' mind to shift in the least amount of time possible so that they